In the red corner, representing Ireland, Aidan Walsh.
So we remain in the 69-kilogram welterweight division, and approaching the boxing ring is Aidan Walsh, 24 years of age, from Belfast, looking to progress through to his first Olympic Games. Well, he was born in March '97. So he was 23 when he started this tournament at the Copper Box in London last year. He's now ticked over to become 24 years of age. His opponent is the tournament number 4 seed, the 20th ranked boxer in the world. That is Evgeniy Barabanov from Kiev, where he prevailed on a second round stoppage over Attila Varga of Switzerland. Here he won on walkover over Mohamed Rachem of Belgium. Our referee is Mr. Pohan from Indonesia. So it's been a long wait for Barabanov to get his tournament underway, and we have judges from Colombia, Thailand, Kazakhstan, United States of America and Kuwait scoring this one. So we're underway then. Quarter-final action in the 69-kilogram welterweight division. The winner through to the Tokyo Olympic Games, the orthodox boxer wearing red, who is an adept switch hitter and just demonstrated nice evasive maneuvers there, is Aidan Walsh, 24 years of age, from Belfast, competing in his 3rd contest of this European Olympic qualification event. His opponent, Evgeniy Barabanov from Ukraine, also in his 3rd scheduled bout, although he had a walkover in the round of 16, so he hasn't boxed since the Copper Box in London, where this tournament was originally scheduled last year.
Neither man managed to establish their dominance yet. A minute gone here in the first round. Walsh posturing, pawing, hoping that Barabanov overreaches so he can counter. He's predominantly a counter puncher, Walsh, and a very good one as well. And as you said, Ron likes to switch hit. We'll see him turn southpaw often. Whether or not we'll see it today is another matter.
Well, something's entered the boxing ring here.
It's not. It fell off Barabanov's shots. It was covering the designer sign.
Eagle-eyed officiating and indeed commentating from Alex Arthur noticed that immediately. Left hand not too far away from Barabanov. Walsh trying to tempt and lure his man in so he can score with that counter, but look at the front feet tangling between the southpaw and orthodox boxer.
Good counter there from Walsh. Timed that right hand very well.
Scores with the right hand to the body. Barabanov looking to wing away on the inside with that left hand, and did so after the command of stop.
Takes a clip and left hand round the ear.
Beautiful pecking right hand once again from Walsh, not loading up on it at all, but just straightening it out. Got himself trapped on the ropes, but managed to tie his man up and then spin his way off the strands.
Yeah, doesn't look like he wants to trade inside with Barabanov.
Beautiful counter right hand once again. Made the man fall short and then made him pay by just extending that seemingly retractable right arm.
Sometimes Walsh's feet go a little bit too wide for me, and he can't exactly manoeuvre himself properly. Hands on occasion uncomfortably low as well.
Almost presenting a mirage to his opponent, making the chin appear as though it's open, but then will just employ evasive maneuvers and try and score with a counter. But it's a high-risk business, of course, to box in that manner.
Good left foot counter on the back foot for Walsh there. He's picking a few nice single counters that he will be hoping are enough scoring blows to pick this round up for him.
Closing seconds of this opening round. Counter right hand has been a really effective shot for Aidan Walsh, and he claps his hands in acknowledgement of what was a very efficient 3 minutes indeed. Not many punches thrown or indeed landed, but the majority of them, for my money, came from this man's backhand.
Sharp, accurate counters from Walsh, but all singles, Ron. As you said earlier, tying Barabanov up when he gets too close. I think that was the only 2-3 punch combination that Walsh threw in that round.
And there's confirmation of a clean sweep across the board. All 5 scoring judges preferring the work of Aidan Walsh after 3 minutes of boxing.
Round 2.
So into the second round then. It's been a long wait for Evgeniy Barabanov to get his tournament underway. Aidan Walsh with the benefit of a round of 16 contest under his belt. And he started this contest more effectively. Barabanov trying to quicken the tempo and get to work on the inside with that southpaw left uppercut. Walsh ties him up, and once again on the command of break, Barabanov swinging away with that backhand.
Clipped round the ear again, Walsh was.
What a noticeable increase in urgency and quickening of the tempo from Barabanov after conceding the opening round unanimously. He really is trying to do something different, but look at how Walsh is able to slow down the tempo, almost beguilingly hypnotizing the man in blue and just having him decrease his work rate, because that backhand is the deterrent that he's looking to employ here.
He's very clever in that sense, Walsh. He can actually make you box at his pace, and like you said, almost mesmerizes you, tries to lure you in. Quite a frustrating looking individual to box as well, because of his low hands, almost enticing you to hit him. But of course, when you set the feet and get ready to attack, running away there, Walsh, and Barabanov in the right run really to attack.
Chased him down and clipped him from behind.
Walsh shouldn't have turned his back while moving away there. Oh, Barabanov trying to pile the pressure on now. Walsh still trying to steal those single counter punches. He's a bit of a coaster, Walsh, as well. He likes to get a little lead for himself and likes to just get on his bike and move around. And good shot there from Barabanov.
It's a good right hand landed from Walsh during the course of what became an exchange as well. Counter right hand from Walsh was blocked by the left glove, and this is really physical on the inside now. Don't know, not quite sure. I was going to suggest that Barabanov is holding and hitting, but maybe Walsh pinned his right arm beneath his left. And Barabanov working away with that backhand once again. It's becoming increasingly untidy, this one. Lots of tangling at close quarters.
I'm positive you can hear Walsh's sister, Michaela Walsh, who is boxing in this competition as well, screaming instructions to her brother.
Plenty of industry in the closing stages from Evgeniy Barabanov.
Walsh staggered back to that corner looking tired and a little bit uncomfortable there.
Put an awful lot into the first 2 rounds, and this man appears to be more ideally suited to the roughhouse mauling at close range.
Certainly is, without a shadow of a doubt. This is suiting Barabanov a little bit more. Walsh, like I said earlier, bit of a coaster, loves to get himself a little lead with his tricky counter punching, and then he loves to go on the move in the last round. Doesn't like to have to work hard for his victories. He's very, very tricky.
So Barabanov taking it for judges 3 and 5. It is all square for those 2 observers. It's a 2-point lead for judges 1, 2 and 4 in favor of Aidan Walsh. So this man needs a massive final round now, because even though he's tied it up for 2 judges, if he wins again for those 2, even for the others, but 10-9, it's not going to be enough. So he is going to let it all hang out here.
This is what Walsh likes to do. Exactly what he's doing here, Ron. What I predicted he would do.
On his bike now.
Yeah.
Barabanov looking to close him down, lands with a flashing right hook.
Walsh has to be very careful.
Barabanov, reigning 8-time national champion of Ukraine. Most recent title coming in 2019 in the welterweight division. He's continuing to try to close the distance against Walsh. Walsh looking to maintain the gap between himself and his opponent. Flicking right-left combination before tying his man up once again. Looking to work away on the inside because there was no command forthcoming from the referee. Barabanov with success. Backs up Walsh all the way across the ring and then scores on the inside. And the referee speaking to Walsh about pushing the head of his opponent down.
Sneaky little counter there from Walsh.
So can he keep this movement going? More holding, more clinching being employed by Walsh, who latches on like a limpet and walks his man back across the ring. And the referee, again, talking to him about that infringement, and he goes straight back to it. We don't want to see a point get docked. That could have a significant impact on the course of this contest for both men, but it's becoming increasingly untidy.
Well, in my opinion, Ron, you've got one guy who wants to box and the other who doesn't. And that is what's causing this right here. Walsh wants to coast now and dance away to victory.
So again, Walsh up on his toes. And again, look at how he wraps up Barabanov. He really is walking a tightrope here in terms of that infringement, turning his back for the second time in the contest, but all these times the referee is intervening to give the instructions. The clock continues to elapse. And the clock is on the side of Aidan Walsh. Barabanov looking to get busy on the inside. Nice right uppercut landed by the man in red. Looks for a bolo to the body of the man in blue, and that brought about a reaction. Barabanov is saying it's low, and that has really affected the man in blue.
Yep, looks really uncomfortable there. Good body shot there from Walsh. Barabanov working away with both hands, trying to look that little bit busier. But it's become a pretty scrappy contest now. Walsh looks exhausted. Good right uppercut there from Walsh.
And now it's Barabanov performing a pirouette to turn his back on his opponent. Both boxers are really feeling the effects of this contest now. Burst of punches to the body from the man in blue. Walsh pushing down on the head of his opponent. A really physical third and final round. Didn't make for a necessarily tidy affair, but one suspects it's going to be this man, or the man in the other corner, in the red corner, Aidan Walsh, given the context of the bout going into the third and final round. Looks as though he may well have done enough, because he led 20 points to 18 for 3 of the 5 scoring judges. The other 2 had it all square at 19 points apiece. And Barabanov giving it absolutely everything, but didn't produce the dominant round that he needed to overturn that 2-point deficit for 3 of the 5 observers. Here's the official verdict.
Both results.
Could well be split.
The winner on points by split decision. In the red corner.
And there is confirmation of a split decision victory for Aidan Walsh. He goes through to his first Olympic Games after an incredibly hard-fought affair against Evgeniy Barabanov of Ukraine. Aidan Walsh with perhaps the biggest victory of his senior career. The 2018 Commonwealth Games silver medalist eliminates the tournament number 4 seed and 20th ranked boxer in the world. It wasn't always pretty, but it got the job done. Aidan Walsh is an Olympian. Evgeniy Barabanov enters the box up.
Barabanov really putting the pressure on Walsh in the final stanza, just trying to do enough to catch the eye of the judges, but just was not to be, as Walsh used his exceptional height and reach and his good feet movement just to stay out harm's way.
So Aidan Walsh prevailing on a 3-2 split. We have got 4 scorecards of 28-29, but Aidan Walsh getting the nod to go through on a split decision victory to the Olympic Games later this summer.